Our local reaction continues to come in following the death of Senator Dianne Feinstein, former San Francisco mayor from 78 to 88. We also want to speak to another well-known mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown. Ali Rasmus is out there with him live this morning, speaking to him about this sudden passing.
Go back to her successful effort to produce an assault weapon ban, or they go back to her confrontation on several issues, and in particular involving what occurred on the floor of the Senate when she went there for Anita Hill, and Biden was the chair of the Judiciary Committee. It's amazing how many things in history Dianne was a part of.
She was criticized for not retiring. What is your response to that?
Well, at almost 90 years of age, what do you mean? What is my response to that? I can tell you that it is always wrong for people to conclude that if the people elected you, you ought to serve your term, period. And you ought to serve it with distinction, because for sure you got elected because people had a lot of trust in your integrity. And if at any stage you are incapable of doing the job, be assured you'd quit, and Dianne would have done that.
Do you think she was capable up until the very end?
Dianne Feinstein casted a vote yesterday afternoon in the U.S. Senate, and then she died last night. That's an amazing, and I got that information from my daughter, who works with Cory Booker back there currently, and they were on the floor yesterday, and she saw Dianne, and she called earlier today crying. That's how much the young women really loved Dianne.
What do you think she represented to San Francisco and then California national politics?
She set the highest standard that most of us will never be able to match in every category. She was better prepared. She was more focused on issues that affected the lives of people that may not have had any political benefit to them. And hers was not ride along for TV purposes. Hers was riding along to learn.
How much of a presence did she continue to have here in San Francisco, even as a state senator?
Major. Believe me, if you were not impactful, people wouldn't even criticize you for being ill.
What was she like on a personal level? You were close friends with her for many years.
You know, on some days she was a pain.
How so? Just in her persistence about things?
No, because she would remind those of us in the world of politics who seem to be looking for the opportunity to be appearing on television rather than appearing decipherable in the operation of policy.
So maybe humbling the attention grabbers to focus on the politics and the policy.
Well, Dianne was never one to pass the opportunity to criticize, and that always bothered me.
Anything else you'd like to tell us or share?
Nothing else.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.
Former mayor.
Keep you guys out of here all this.
Well, we were waiting for you, but thank you for talking to us about this and sharing your insight and your wisdom. We appreciate that.
All right. Thanks, Mayor. All right. Take care.
That was former mayor, San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown, a longtime friend of the late Senator Dianne Feinstein, talking about his reaction to her passing and his long history and memories that he has working with her. Feinstein was elected to the Board of Supervisors back in 1969. At that time, Willie Brown was a state senator for San Francisco, so they worked closely for decades together. And as you heard him recount, he says that just yesterday, Senator Feinstein did cast a vote on the floor of the U.S. Senate. So he said that he believes she was contributing as best as she could right up until the very end. Of course, her death announced early this morning. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Yeah, as you can see there, Allie, thank you so much for that live report. Senator Feinstein, former Mayor Willie Brown had very similar paths there, serving in the Senate, serving as mayor. He came and served as mayor about 8 years after she left office of mayor after serving 10 years from 78 to 1988. He started, of course, serving as mayor of San Francisco in 1996. So I imagine they had a lot of interactions together, and he perhaps served as some sort of inspiration to her, or you could use her for knowledge because she had been around serving in such great positions for such a long time.
Dianne Feinstein, Willie Brown, two forever of the biggest names in
Attached
San Francisco.
attached to San Francisco.
All right, let's take a